It's old hat, though, for this guy. Sean Clifford, as he joins us here on the set, takes his seat. Not the first time that we've done this. Sean, welcome back. Welcome to another media day.
Good to see you again.
It's great to see you. So what is it like? You said to me a couple of weeks ago that one of the reasons you wanted to come back for a sixth year is that so you could enjoy all the experiences and opportunities of being a Penn State football player again. So whether it is the grind of a training camp or coming out to a media day, how does that perspective apply this time around?
Yeah, I think it all starts with the guys in our room. That's number one. The opportunity to be around, such a fantastic crew. I'm looking at Parker Washington right now over there. Guys like that, guys like Mitch Tinsley, my roommates Hunter Norzen. All of them. It's just so much fun just to be back, and I think it's those experiences that I would just never give up in the world. So
you mentioned Parker, you mentioned Mitch Tinsley. How has that chemistry been through the first couple of practices this fall?
Yeah, it's been really good. I think that the summer was a grind, that's for sure, but it was a really good one, and I feel like we accomplished a lot, and it's paying off now. We're 4 practices in, feeling really good. Got a lot of good tape out there. Got some things to improve on, obviously, and that's what practice is for.
Coach Yursich was with us a couple of minutes ago. He talked about your relationship and how that has strengthened. What has been some of the things that you've taken from him now that that relationship, that communication lines maybe are different than they were a year ago at this point?
Yeah, I think that the number one thing that Coach Yursich and I worked on was the communication pre-snap, and then once I come to the sideline. In the game, when I'm playing, that's on me and making the play and making sure that I'm an extension of him on the field. But it's the pre-snap, eliminating those MAs or those missed assignments or getting in sometimes a better play, and I can do that now. I have that capability with the second year in the offense. I'm able to make those adjustments in the game, on the field, and I think it's just been working through that, and he's been really just a great resource for me.
I'm sure you remember when you were wide-eyed as a freshman, way back when, 2017?
2017, yeah.
Man, I just said you committed.
It's a different world back in 2017, it feels like.
When you look at Drew and Bo, what can you do to help them through that transition as you remember back to where you were back in 2017?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, a lot has changed. I think that number one is just that leadership component. Mm-hmm. I can bring that to the table. I've tried to help them every step of the way, on and off the field, because, with NIL and social media, there's just so many eyes on you, and I think that's the number one is how are you leading in the locker room, in the classroom, on the field, off the field, everything in between, and then just also just building on their skills and also building their confidence up. That's a big thing as well. They're 2 fantastic quarterbacks that I really want to see succeed at Penn State.
And I know you've been a valuable mentor to Christian as well. Don't want to leave him out of that group.
Of course.
I know it's tough to compare and contrast, but where do you feel like the offense is at today, maybe as opposed to last year at this time?
Yeah, I think from a mental standpoint, we are light years ahead of what we were last year. It's just a fact. When you're in your second year with the same OC, you get to speak the same terminology, you get to master your craft. I think it's just one of those things right now that we're in a really good place mentally, and now it's putting together all those physical attributes to now go on the field and perform at the highest level.
Through the years, how has your training camp routine changed?
I think it's just finding what works and things that don't, just eliminating and just mastering my own craft as well. What time do I need to be in? What stretching routine do I have? What do I need to go over from a play calling perspective for that practice? And it just also builds up to now the games as well. It gives me a little bit easier perspective and an easier routine. So that way, when I'm out on the field, getting ready, when I'm in the hotel Friday night, I'm getting even more prepared because I know what works for me and what doesn't, and that's been really good for me as a veteran.
How important is it too? And this is the last one. We'll let you go. I know you have a lot of pictures to get taken. Everyone wants to talk to you today. You're the quarterback. When you're away from, the time with the coaches is important, but when you're away from the coaches and you can watch film on your own, you can do those little things to get your body right on your own. How important is it for you to make best use of that time, but also to show the other guys that are newcomers or new to the program how valuable that time is and how important it is to make the most of it.
Yeah, I don't want to downplay, obviously, how important it is to be around the coaches, but I truly believe that your team is really found when the coaches are away and the players have to lead. Because realistically, that's when you're with the strength staff. It's just you and the strength staff, and no one's obligating you guys to go out and throw extra. No one's telling you to come in and watch extra tape, and it's there where you find your team, and that's where I find my team every year, and that's where I feel like we had a really great summer.
All right, I lied. One more. How have you found your team so far in that area, and what kind of team do you feel like you have?
Yeah, hard-working team. A team with a chip on our shoulder. We know what we've done in the past. We know it hasn't been up to the standard. It hasn't been good enough yet, and we're ready to right the ship now.
Sean, I know you're a popular guy. We'll let you get on out of here. Thanks.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Sean Clifford with us here on Media Day Live 2022 as he helps lead off our stream here today.